Sasquatch. Do they exist? That's what I desire to find out. I'm Sean Postma, an aspiring biologist with a deep interest in Sasquatch. Join me, and I'll bring you along on my quest to discover and study the unclassified species commonly referred to as Bigfoot or Sasquatch. Today, I returned to the same area from episode 4, not far from the South Fork of the Nooksack River. My first find of the day was some tracks along a small stream. I'm guessing these tracks could be from a raccoon. And these tracks are definitely from a cat. At over 3 inches wide and nearly 3 inches long, they are likely from a cougar. After finding the tracks along the creek, I hiked about a quarter of a mile up the forest road, where I went off trail a little ways to search for more sign. A short ways off trail, I decided to do a few light wood knocks. I listened quietly, but heard no response. I then headed back to the forest road. On my way back, I found some deer or elk scat. I also found this plant, which I think is called clasping twisted stalk. Lastly, I found this bone, which I took some measurements of. I believe it is a limb bone from a deer or an elk. I returned to the road and hiked about 3/4 of a mile, before going off trail again to the same pond from episode 4. After reaching the pond, I took a short break, then proceeded to investigate this game trail. With embankments on either side, it is a great predator ambush point. I found some old dried up scat, which I took measurements of, but I did not find anything fresh. I then decided to do a few wood knocks. I listened quietly, but did not hear any suspect vocalizations or percussives. After doing the wood knocks, the sun began to set, so I headed back, concluding my search for the day. Since I did not find any fresh sign in this lower elevation area, and it was still summer, I believe much of the wildlife that used this area were still at higher elevations. Therefore, I plan on returning here sometime during the colder rainy season. My Sasquatch quest continues.